I was having a conversation with my husband last night about being a relationship and confidence coach and what that means in terms of our relationship, me as a wife, as a mother, as a woman, and other people's expectations of that. I wrote a post last week about social media and how it's easy to portray a life of smiles, love, laughter, fun, but the reality of that, just not being the case all of the time, and how it's easy on social media to pretend that life is fabulous all of the time, but it's also incredibly unrealistic, and we need to be really aware when we're looking at social media about the reality of what people put forward on Facebook and Instagram. And so this started the conversation last night with Dave, my husband, and really around what people's expectations are of me as a relationship coach and as a relationship and confidence coach, and what that means in terms of our relationship, and the fact that it's not perfect. And I do love to have these conversations with him because he always brings a wonderful perspective, and grounds me greatly. And this feeds into the talk that I was doing in the Happy and Fulfilled Women's group this week on imposter syndrome, and how very often many of us worry that we are going to be. The whole point of imposter syndrome is that you worry that you're going to get found out, like you don't deserve to be where you are. And I know I've worked incredibly hard to get where I am, but I know also that my relationship isn't perfect, and that there are times when we are on cloud nine, and there are times when it feels like it's really, really hard work, and it's a struggle. And that's the reality, isn't it? That is the reality of life, regardless of whatever you have done in terms of a career, academia, family, whatever. Life is up and down, and it has to be up and down because we are not living solo in our own lane. We are people who come together and connect in relationships, in families, in friendships, in workplaces. And because of that, the road cannot be straight. It would be impossible. And it would be impossible for it to be straight, and nor would we want it to be straight, because we learn from each other through our failings, if you like we learn from each other through our strength, and through our wins, and our support, and our love, and our encouragement. But we also learn from each other through the things that we get wrong, and the healing. When I was doing my attachment based counselling several years ago, one of the most profound things that stuck with me, really, is that a strong attachment, a strong love bond, is not about it never breaking. It's about the ease at which it repairs. And I just absolutely love that. I love that. And that really sums up beautifully where I sit with all of this. Is not, the reality of being a relationship and confidence coach is not that I am a perfect wife or a perfect mother, a perfect friend, a perfect daughter, but that, and not confident all the time either, right? There are times when I absolutely lack confidence, but being able to acknowledge that and own that and work with that, I think, is where the strength in all of us lies. And so I'm asking you now to have a think about where your strengths lie and where your flaws are. Because here's the thing about confidence. Here's the thing about imposter syndrome, and here's the thing about confidence. Imposter syndrome is thinking like you don't deserve to be where you are. It's feeling like you're a fraud that's going to be found out at any point in time. Having good confidence does not mean that you are confident all of the time. Having great confidence doesn't mean that you think that you are brilliant. Having good confidence means that you know your strengths and you acknowledge your flaws and that you are okay with that. That is confidence. Confidence is knowing that most of the time I get it right and sometimes I get it wrong, and that's okay. So where do you sit on the confidence versus imposter syndrome scale? What do you know that you are really good at? And what do you know that you're not good at? And how comfortable are you with those two things, or those many things, because it will be many things in reality? It's a good exercise to think about. I'm going to leave that with you. Drop me any comments or DM me if you'd like to chat any of this through with me. Okay, take care.